States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is, it's September 22nd. Can I have a roll call, please?
Cleary. Aaron. Here. Meyer. Here. Burrows. Coleman.
Here.
Whaling.
Here.
We have the minutes of the August 25th and September 8th meeting.
Yeah, I have one change. It's on page 2 of the August 25th meeting. It's under my report, last paragraph. It says village property, even though the school was allowed to put up scoreboards, it's backstops. I just don't want anybody to think that we have scoreboards out at the junior high.
Anything else? If not, is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Any questions to motion? Roll call.
Is it trustee Meyer or Aaron? Second.
Here.
Aaron? Yes. I can always tell you guys who this is for. Okay, Aaron? Yes. Meyer? Yes. Coleman?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Both sides are just-
That was just, can we clarify the motion, was it for both minutes? That only one person?
Both minutes.
Both minutes of one correct. Yes.
And the clerk's report.
I'm going to copy the clerk's report. Total tax income received since the last meeting, $512,121.36. And you'll see the real estate tax monies is coming in again. I have a letter from the Beecher Community Library addressed to Mr. Bud Cowger. Dear Mr. Cowger, the Library Board of Trustees would like to thank you for repairing the storm sewer in the southeast side of the Beecher Community Library parking lot. Apparently, all the heavy rains created a deep hole on the side of the sewer. We realize you and your crew have been extremely busy picking up broken tree branches, removing diseased ash trees, repairing broken water mains, and all the other many problems which occur on a weekly basis. We appreciate your help with our problem. Thank you again. Signed, Sincerely, Shirley Deary, President of the Library Board of Trustees. And then I just wanted to announce that election packets for the April 7th, 2015 election are available at the Village Hall beginning September 23rd, tomorrow. 3 trustee seats will be up for election at that time. The filing period will be December 15th through December 22nd. And the filings will have to be done at the new Village Hall when we're in there. And a press release has been sent to the Beecher Herald, and notice will be placed on the village website.
Anyone from the audience that wishes to address the board? Finance Administration, Trustee Meyer.
Audit update, the field work is complete as of Monday, September 22nd, and the audit will be presented at the October 11th meeting. And the update on the $150,000 loan, closing is scheduled for October 15th. The opinion letter has been approved by the bank. That's the end of my report.
Thank you. Public Buildings and Properties and Parks, Trustee Whalen.
Okay, we have to make some payments for the 625 Dixie Highway account. There's one here, there's a down payment for the new phone system for both the Village Hall and the Police Department. Johnny on the Spot Portable Washroom, DSM Networking Group, a purchase of computer network, phone network, and video network equipment. And then JDK.
Yeah, what's that amount, Kim, for JDK? 25.9?
25.9.
Okay.
25,900.
Right. And there's one other bill that we received from the small Decaf Industries for the decal on the window, $75. So we want to collect it. So we did pick up that
Decaf.
Decaf Industries, $75 decal,
Okay.
which is going over the door.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to pay these bills as stated.
It's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Any questions on the motion? Roll call.
Whaling?
Yes.
Coleman?
No.
Meyer?
Yes.
Aaron? No. Samansky?
Yes.
Status of the 625 Dixie Highway project. Special carpet tile is going to be selected for the vestibule. I don't know if you've been in there, but it's a little rough on the vestibule. So I'm hoping the laminate and the carpet tile should do the job up there. It just was so tough taking out that old tile that it was pitted. And it just took some time, you know, jackhammers, I don't know what was used.
Thank God we didn't agree to do that in-house.
Sure, we almost did.
Man.
Yeah, that was a job. All the wiring for the phones and computers are in place, and we're now awaiting the phone equipment and switches. Furnishings will be delivered once the carpet and tile are down and the rooms are painted. Looks like the drop ceiling is the grids are up. I know that they're looking at putting the tiles in and also the air duct, and that's why I wanted to bring it up to you guys tonight. Public Works completing the landscaping, hopefully by the 15th. Flag poles have been ordered. Drive-up window drawer and audio is installed. That looks good. The sign will also go up the day before, just prior to us moving in. Scheduled date, I think we're looking at probably the middle of November, 14th, 15th. So that's where I think we're going to be after talking today. Beer stand, picnic pavilion update. The concrete was completed. It looks like they're forming up the aprons around the building, or around the slab now. Looks like Buddy and the electric and sewer and water have been run up into the pad. Looks like things are moving along. They were supposed to deliver some of the material today?
End of the week.
End of the week, okay. So you'll start seeing that building going up and being framed out. I know they'd like to get that done before the weather breaks. Weltenstadt Park update. I haven't had a chance to talk to Buddy.
I don't think they've done it.
I don't think so either. I haven't seen any work done. Fireman's Park ball field lighting project. Over the winter, the staff will be obtaining estimates to test the integrity of the poles. I guess ComEd has a tool.
Yeah, we've asked ComEd to see if they can help us with that.
When we
Before
were
we
at,
pay anything.
when we were at the conference, ComEd had a booth. When I asked them if they had a method, they said yes, and they were gonna channel it on down. And we've also asked Bob, both Bob and I have asked the rep to see if they can do anything for us, so just have to keep our fingers crossed and see if they help.
Okay. All right. And of course, the state has given us $20,000 for that project, but it's going to cost probably 4 times that amount, you know, by the time we get done with it. Also, the village is to begin weekly park inspections. In your packet, there's a checklist of the list that's going to be used every Friday morning when the Public Works goes out, picks up the garbage, and they're going to inspect the parks. This is per our insurance carrier, just to make sure that everything is done right. They're going to check the mulch, they'll check if any of the chains are rusting, or the bolts and so forth. But this is attached. As you can see, we have a whole list of parks. Fireman's Park, Water Tower Park, Women's Welfare Park, Depot Park, Lions Park, Hunters Chase Park, Hunters Chase East Park, Nantucket Cove Park, Prairie Park, and Weltenstadt Park. So there's a lot of parks, and I guess you don't realize how many parks we have until you put them on a list.
Public Works is gonna do this once a week?
And they have to, it's a requirement. Yeah.
Friday mornings, there's going to be one of our guys checking it out
Unbelievable.
with all the work
That's
they
a
have.
5-minute deal.
No, it's probably gonna take one person several hours a week. But this is a requirement of insurance, you have to inspect your property and have on file an inspection form.
I would imagine this would be seasonal.
I would, yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't think that,
Probably monthly or time.
And that ends my report.
Thank you. Planning, building, and zoning, Gail?
Building department monthly report was enclosed for your review. Bob, do we receive the drafted ordinance for the, golf
No,
course?
the problem we have with the ordinance is we need a legal description.
Okay,
And I can't obtain a legal description until there's a contract to purchase the property. So we're putting this on hold.
okay.
Until such time, we get a legal description on what is being purchased out there.
Okay. Status of the vacant downtown buildings, the Buckmeyers have made progress on the items on the checklist, so they, their building is being taken off the watch list. The old, Wemhofer building is in the process of being repaired and remains on the watch list. And we're still trying to get a hold of Glenn Abney to discuss his building, but he has been, ill apparently, and that's preventing us from meeting with him. And that ends my report.
Just one more building, is once again, remind everybody that we have contacted the golf course. Depending upon where the negotiations end up, that there's buildings there that has to be addressed eventually too. So they're very much aware of it.
Okay.
Take those buildings down there, and out to repair them. Public safety, trustee Phil.
Yeah, police department monthly report is enclosed, excuse me, code enforcement monthly report is also enclosed. Last mosquito abatement update,
I can give that, Ron.
Can you?
We'll be spraying for mosquitoes probably 1 or 2 more weeks yet, because the weather's supposed to get really nice and warm by the end of this week. We had a significant amount of rain again, so I'm gonna instruct Public Works to do it at least this Thursday to put on Thursday.
It seems like with this cold weather, cooler weather, I think the mosquitoes are coming out a little bit more. I don't know. Kind of different.
Okay, item 4, consider a resolution supporting enhanced regulation of rail transports of flammable materials. Please see the enclosed resolution and explanation from the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus. This resolution asks for tougher standards to be placed on transport of flammable materials by rail. Given our location to the railroad, we have a vested interest in this matter. Is this for discussion, or?
If I can, there's been several emails and several discussions coming out amongst the mayors where there's a push to improve the older rail cars into newer rail cars that has additional safety features if in fact they ever derail, so they don't leak and explode and so on and so forth. And they've asking the municipalities if we would adopt a resolution supporting that. That's basically it in a nutshell.
Okay, I'd like to make a resolution number
2014-12.
Yes, well,
supporting the enhanced regulations of railroad transport of flammable materials.
Second.
Motion on the floor, and there's a second. Any questions on the motion? Roll call.
Aaron's,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Omen,
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
Any questions of the chief? Any comments?
I just want to remind everybody that Citizens Police Academy, we're still accepting applications. Please bring your applications in. If I can get them by the end of this week, that'll be great. We still have some openings. And again, that starts, the first class will be October 2nd. It's the first Thursday.
Okay, that's it?
That's it.
Any questions of the chief or myself? If not, that completes my report.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Bob?
I guess either one of them are here. The water and sewer monthly reports are enclosed for your review. The water billing register for the months of July and August is also enclosed for your review. Leak detection, the committee has met and has decided to award a proposal to ATS for an amount not to exceed $10,000 to conduct leak detection to the entire village. A pre-con meeting with ATS has been scheduled for Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Water main patch repairs, it's my understanding that we have a signed proposal from All Pro to finish those water main patch repairs. There is a plan, as long as we're on water main repair, to replace 2 valves on Penfield Street. That will be a nighttime dig. We will shut off water service at about 10 o'clock at night, restore service at 3 in the morning. Don't have a date yet for that, but residents will have to be notified when we do. but they have to put these 2 valves in, so if we get a water main break in that area, we can isolate it without affecting 8 blocks of people being shut off from water, which is our big problem right now, because the valves have failed. And it's possible that one of the valves, which is a disc valve, may have a disc which dropped into the main, which is causing a jetting and could possibly affect the integrity of the main as well. So we need to replace those 2 valves.
But he thought there was even a possibility that that could be causing the breaks in that general area.
We're gonna do both at one time, so. And we think they have it all set up to where they can get in and out of there in 4 hours, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it never works out. So stay tuned. We'll probably have to use Nixle or something to get the word out. The 2004 utility truck replacement, we have ordered the new truck to replace the 2004 truck. However, that truck has not yet been built, and the 2004 truck is currently in Bartlett having the stake bed put on it. And we are going to assign that truck for frontline duty, and the blue truck that we have, I've been told, is going to be a barricade truck, which will have all the barricades on it for emergencies. Again, on Sunday, fire department was calling for barricades to close Route 1, which sure be nice to have a truck ready to roll with all the barricades and emergency equipment on it, so we can just roll right out there and shut the roads down. Leaf pickup is scheduled to begin on Monday, October 11th. Penfield Street STP project has begun. If you noticed, they're surveying and painting up throughout Penfield Street as we speak. We did receive 58.6 out of 120 points, which did put us in the rank for funding, probably in the 4th or 5th year of the program, which right now we're looking at full detailed engineering in 2017 and construction occurring either 2018 or 2019. One word about the storm over the weekend. At about 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, the village, especially the south and west ends of the village, experienced winds up to about 70 miles an hour. We've had a lot of tree damage. Today, we spent most of the initial response to the tree damage was to clear the streets and remove any unsafe conditions, which we did. Today, we focused on cutting up the brush, and we started picking up the brush. And tomorrow, I'm being told that we should be done with all the brush collection. So we should be able to handle what we've had done. And Route 1 was closed south of town from about 2:30 till, I'm gonna guess, midnight. Jeff, do you remember what time they reopened the road?
I think it was before that, because when I called Eastcom, and that was about 8 o'clock, they said the road was open.
Oh, did they? Okay, so ComEd moved really fast on these storms. Those 6 poles that were leaving.
The initial estimate was 4 to 6 hours. So I was going based off that.
The original call came in as lightning hitting a pole at Tubby's. But when the fire department went out there and they saw 6 poles, basically at a 45-degree angle, that wasn't lightning, that was some kind of microburst that caused that to happen.
Yeah, we were on the news.
Yeah, I heard we were, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But no, as of right now, we have not heard of any property damage as a result of the storm, which is good news. Not like we had back in November. And that's it for public works.
Thank you, economic development.
Website redesign, I've seen some of the things come through from the web development company, and it seems like they're on the right track. The first attempts were a little bit rough, but they're on the right track now. Do you have any updates, Jeanette, on where they are?
I got another email from Carla on Friday, and I'm going to be having a phone conversation with her on Thursday. She's already transferred our old site over to the new site, but I need to go over the buttons with her to see that she put it where we wanted everything to be. So I wanted to have a conversation with her before she finishes that phase of it. I've also talked to Don Sala about getting some pictures taken, and we're looking at doing that, of maybe doing some individual pictures of each board member so that we can have a page just for that, and one of the entire board, which we have to do probably after a board meeting when everyone is here. There is some cost involved in that. I've talked to the administrator and the mayor about that, and they seem to be in support of that. And then we'll just have to control how many pictures are done based on our budget, and then, you know, we can take some of our own pictures to fill into the website, because I'm hoping to have a gallery page on there where we can incorporate some of our 4th of July pictures and all that too. So
And you're pretty much set on where you want the buttons and what you want where.
Yes, yes, but
I know
wanna
that's,
make sure
that's a
that
crazy amount of work trying to figure that out, because every website's set up differently, and you can do it 10,000 different ways, and as soon as you're done, you think, oh, I should have done it
Yeah,
another
and I'm
way.
a little worried about what she's done because she didn't really consult with us quite yet on that. I'd already given her a list, but I don't know if she did it that way, and I didn't want her to move forward and publish until we okayed it. So I wanted to work through some of those details with her this week.
Thank you. Fall newsletter update. We're in the process of putting the fall newsletter together, but we've received some comments that it might be getting a little stale. For example, it's becoming a seasonal do's and don'ts read, and it doesn't capture the interest of the reader. Since it's the village board's newsletter, we need some input as to what perhaps people would like to see in the newsletter. Articles that have been drafted include the new beer stand, picnic pavilion in the park, a list of all the commissions and its members, and the new village hall project status report. The seasonal articles include snow route parking, shoveling snow into the street, leaf pickup rules, and so on. We could also do a village president's corner, Penfield STP project, water main, sidewalks, ball field lighting, etc. I think people will probably want to see news and things that they don't know about, or things that they have questions about, and are just hearing things through the grapevine, as opposed to a lot of times, sometimes the page. I mean, it's important when we give highlights of the village board meetings, because a lot goes on that, people don't keep an eye on, but I think people really want to see, are hungry for news. And there's a lot of people that, a lot of people get stuff from this website, a lot of people get it from the app, people get it from all over, but
What is news, Marcy? That's the hard thing we're struggling with. What is
Well,
news?
I think information on the new village hall is good.
Yeah.
Things like that people have questions about. I know the Facebook page is not a source of news, but people have questions about everything, and some things don't involve the village. There's questions this week about what's going on the corner of Church Road. People didn't realize that was, State Farm going in there. But things you would think people know about because everybody talks about it, people don't necessarily know.
I was wondering if, and Scott, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but the problems that we are having with our permanent bathrooms and the portable bathrooms down there, that I wonder if we should put an article explaining what's been going on with that, that it's been vandalized, we tried to repair it, even after the second repair, it broke again, having trouble getting parts. We put a porta john down there temporarily, I think the storm got to it, I think we were pretty much in agreement that the storm knocked it over. And so on and so forth. I thought maybe that might be an article to put in the paper to make everybody understand why they're locked. Kids are basically just vandalizing it, so we're trying to control it, we're trying to keep them open, but unfortunately.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a solution down there as far
Well, a suggestion was made about a camera on the outside, and I'm not in favor of that, because all it's gonna show is somebody who's coming and going, and I sort of think that that's sort of a, for lack of better terms, I'll call it invasion of privacy. In front of a bathroom, and I'm not so sure, I don't know what Jeff would say, to be honest with you, putting a camera down there, right now, we don't have the method to get the camera going.
Right.
But anyways, that's been the suggestions, and there was a recent email, even as of today, where we tried to explain what's been going on. So anyways, that may be an article to put in that newsletter.
Another thing that might be interesting too, instead of having all these little pop-up articles about these things, is we could have an Ask the Village column, and Marcy, since you're in that committee, you could give us the questions you're hearing, and then we would answer the questions in the newsletter. It could be an Ask the Village President column, or,
Why do I have gray hair?
yeah, I mean, if people read that, what's going on in the corner of Church and Dixie, and then the response will be this. But I find out people tend to read things more and find it more interesting if they know who's writing it. And I think it should be a village president's column or village president's corner. Hey, here are the questions, and here I'm gonna try to answer them for you. I think that would be better than just canned articles we pump in there without an author or a byline, which is what we're doing.
Yeah.
If there's the mayor's little face there in the corner, here I'm gonna answer a bunch of your questions, they'll tend to read that, And I'd
The mayor
like to
didn't
try
look
it.
like he wanted his little face in the corner.
It's an eye catcher.
But no, yeah, I
But that would be my suggestion, that people would read that,
Yes.
like Cup's column or Bill
Yes.
Cass or whatever, they would read that.
yeah, little dribs and drabs of information, not
Yes.
necessarily big, long
Little bitty
articles.
dribs and drabs, one sentence here, two sentences there, not this long drawn out article on what's going on in Church and Dixie.
Yeah.
I think that would be something, but we need to know the questions that are out there in the community, and that's when you guys come in, email us those questions,
Okay.
and we'll put them in this corner column.
Well, I can get you questions.
But let's not forget too about the Veterans Memorial and the Ribbon of Hope, you know, as far as bricks and so on. Because that's our ongoing fund to support that for the rest of time.
Mr. President, would you be willing to author that article and answer these questions
This is what you
with
call,
our help?
this is what you call backing the president into a corner.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Into the president's corner.
Yeah, it's right in there.
He's
Right?
getting back into the president's
Sure.
corner. All right, wayfinding sign update. I can pass this around. We've been looking at some designs of signs that we could put up for the old downtown area. On Indiana Avenue, we're pretty much gonna have to put signs on a street pole. That's the only option we have, but we're trying to make things look kind of cohesive, have it look like the street signs that we have now, have the same style. We would have something a little bit larger and more ornate with more room for signs on Route 1. We're looking for some pricing, but basically we're looking at something like this on Indiana, and then maybe something like this on Route 1. But in keeping with the design of the street signs that we have. So we're gonna get some pricing and kind of take it from there. We still have to find an exact location for the one on Route 1. But we have a lead on that the mayor will be pursuing. And that is the end of my report.
When we, about a couple weeks back, Jeanette, Bob, and I went to a Southland Chamber of Commerce meeting, at which the governor spoke there, and then afterwards, the mayors had a roundtable discussion with him. Basically, as you've been hearing, it's basically, as he's been discussing all along, that he's, Ilion Expressway, the South Suburban Airport, construction jobs, bills, and so on and so forth. Really didn't pick up anything new within that meeting, but his dialogue continues in that manner all along. State Representative Sims had office hours on August 21st. Several residents did come in and discuss with him about the pension problem. I had mentioned to him all the projects that we had going on, and he asked that I followed up with a letter so that he possibly could assist us, possibly with funding. Some of those items included the ballpark lights, sidewalks, streets, generator, sign for Village Hall, everything that basically had all the irons in the fire. And I guess I gave him too long a list where he said, you better send me a letter, so I'll be doing that. The golf course update, there has been a rumor since the Chamber of Commerce golf outing that the golf course is sold. As of this past Friday, it is not officially sold, but there has been considerable amount of dialogue. And we feel that they are close, but nothing has been done yet, nothing has been signed in the dotted line. If I was a betting man, I would say 99% sure something's gonna happen. I don't know how you feel, but
I feel confident.
yeah, it's confident.
But there's a period of due diligence after the contract is signed that we also have to go through.
I would think though that the gentlemen that we just, that have been dealing with this have done it already, so. And then last but not least, I was gonna ask Jonathan to do this, but he's not here tonight, since Jonathan did go to the conference along with Bob, I, and Jeanette. And there, I mean, the main thing that I already said before is that I was able to talk to Commonwealth Edison to see if we did something done with the ball field lights poles. We also were able to talk to our water meter company there, who we have a meeting with this Thursday. And then basically, you know, we did go to a bunch of the sessions, which I wasn't going to kill a tree, and I was going to suggest that you go to the IML website to look at and download the information that you were interested in, but Bob already killed it and made copies and gave you copies of the,
Just some of them we got copies. If it was your committee area,
Right.
you got copies.
if it was related to the committee.
Right.
If
I
we
didn't have anything for Gail, I had a lot for Marcy, a ton for Brian, and some for Ron.
Right. So we were trying to disseminate the information in the classes that we went to down there. And once again, I hope that you guys could consider going next year, and ended up being an informative session as well, like always. That ends my report. If there's nothing else, there's our motion.
One thing, And the next meeting is Columbus Day, and the audit is scheduled for presentation after the bills are paid. There's a chance I won't be here, because that's Sectionals Day, and it's gonna be Illinois State at Weissgerber, which means I can't get back in town. So, this is his senior year, I'd like to be here for that. So we'll see how that pans out, but they may go ahead and do the audit after the bills, next board meeting.
Anything else? Motion adjourned.
Okay.
Just, there's a motion, and is there a second?
Second.
Okay, question. You're here tonight, and you sure you don't want to say anything, or ask anything?
Are you here as a civics requirement?
No,
Boy Scouts?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure, I wanted to make sure you get the chance, so. Okay, there is a motion on the floor, and there was a second. And roll call, please.
Whaling,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
And the Bears haven't even kicked off.